Hey, fourth graders, it's Mrs. Quinn again. This is my second video explaining about Unit 6 workplaces. In my first video, I showed you how you could go to Bridges online without even logging in, and you could access some fun math games and also some math tools. You will be using those math tools for 6C. And today I'm going to explain 6A and 6C. Now, 6B, I'm hoping your teacher will be showing you how to do it, but it's a little tricky to modify because of the spinners we need. And then 6D, I'm still working on. I'll think of something or something close. So, all right, so we've got 6A. Let's take a look. So, this is a factors and multiples game board. And I know you've done a lot with factors and multiples. Um, what you're going to need is this game board, but you're not at school. So what I did was I created the same game board in a Google Doc. And if you notice, this game board is unique. It's missing a few numbers. That's on purpose. So I made sure that I did the best that I could to make the exact same game board. Okay, so this will be in Google Docs. It'll be the one you use. And instead of using the red and the blue marker, you will be using the highlight tool in Google Docs. So, for example, if you were going to look at, well, let me just jump into this game here. If you were to be blue, and let's say you picked the number 30, then we know that blue would highlight it because they picked 30. So that's going to be the number. You're looking for factors of 30 now if you're yellow. So 1 is already covered. I can't use that. Oh, 2 is already covered. Can't use that. 3. Now I'm yellow because I'm getting the factors of 30. So that's why it would be yellow. So you get the hang of it, right? So you're just going to use the highlight tool. Well, let me go into my game board. I was able to get to this one because I used my teacher login. I'm just going to show you. All right, so let's say red goes first. And you could play this with somebody over like FaceTime or even on the phone. Or you could just maybe play with someone at your house. Or if you want to just play the game by yourself, that's fine also. So let's say red is going to pick the number 12. That means blue is going to cover all the factors of 12. Now, to win the game, once the game board's filled up, then you say you're blue, you're going to add up all the numbers that were covered by blue. And red would count up all the numbers covered by red. And whoever has the highest number wins. All right, so red went first and said, find all the factors of 12. So blue is going to find all the factors of 12. Oh, yeah, it's an even number 3. Oh, ooh, this was a good one to start with for blue, huh? Although they're low numbers. Oh, and then 6 would be a factor. I believe I got them all. All right, so now it's blue's turn to say what number red should cover the factors of 20. So red is going to be like, okay, the factors would be, 1, but it's covered. 2, but it's covered. 4, but it's covered. Well, 5's not covered. And 10's not covered. Think I got them all. So now red is going to say, okay, blue, I'm going to pick a number 16. And you cover all the factors of 16. 8. That's it. So then blue will say, okay, red, let's do 36. So red will say, 36. Ooh, 9 times 4. Okay, so we got that one. Well, here's another one. All right. I believe we got them all for that one. So now maybe red will say, find all the factors of 14. And blue's like, just this one isn't covered. So anyway, you keep playing. So you would, at the end of the game, let's say it's all filled up, you would count what you have if you were blue, and then count how many red is covered, and you'd see who wins. All right, so that's going to be a fun game to play on here. Just don't forget, you're using the one on Google Docs. All right, so for 6B, your teacher or myself, one of us, we will explain this one to you later. It's going to be a little tricky for you to play on your own, but I think it'd be fun to show you a few times. And even if it's just, like a screencast playing. But this one you're for sure going to be using the fraction app. I mean, the pattern, excuse me. You're going to be using pattern blocks to show fractions. So here I have 6 hexagons, and you can play around with these shapes, drag them over just to kind of get used to them. And I mean, maybe you're thinking in your head right now, oh, hey, that would be 1/6 of the hexagon. These 2 blue rhombuses would be 1/2 of this hexagon. So actually on this tab right here, I matched them up. I was playing around with them. And we have 1/2, 2/3, 5/6. So you might want to play around with it first to kind of get the hang of it. Because in this game, what you're going to be doing, right here, is, well, if you were at school, you'd have a spinner. I thought of a great idea. And instead of a spinner in Google Docs, I made this little chart. So you're actually going to roll a dice. So if you roll 1, it'll be 5/6. You roll 2, it'll be 1/2. You roll a 3, it'll be 1/3. Now, a 4, it's also going to be 1/3. I had to keep it that way. Don't ask, just go with it. I think on the spinner it was 2/6, but I couldn't get it to stay. So if you roll 5, it'll be 2/3. And if you roll 6, it'll be 1/6. And you're probably thinking, well, where am I going to get the dice from? Okay, you might have a dice from a board game, or you could use index cards and write the numbers 1 through 6, mix them all up and flip them over. You could pick one. Or I found, it's right here, a virtual dice. Roll the dice, and you could just type in, well, here it is right here. Teacherled.com is where I found this dice, but I just typed in virtual dice. Okay, so I got the number 1. So going back here, 1 would be like spinning this first one, 5/6, 1. Okay, so that's the modification for you. You're going to use virtual dice, and then the dice will match up what you would be spinning on. Oops, sorry. Okay, so what you're going to be doing then is, now there's different ways to play this game. To start off, you might just want to like roll the dice, which would really be like spinning the spinner, get your fraction, and then figure out what shape would cover the hexagon with whatever fraction that you landed on. And then eventually, how you play is you spin the spinner twice, or you would roll the dice twice to get 2 different ones, and you would add those fractions together. So the object of the game is to cover up the hexagons completely. So again, whether you play this with someone or not, it's still fun. You still kind of have to use your problem solving skills and kind of thinking it through. Okay, what am I going to use, right? So, for example, I just got 5/6. All right. So to do that, let's see what I am going to do. Oh, I already have it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I could do is I could do it a different way. And I could do it like, a rhombus, 2 triangles would get me 4/6. I need one more. Be 5/6. Oh, I could have used a rhombus and a trapezoid. All right, anyway, that is 5/6. Let me spin it again. Ooh, 2/6. All right, I know that's going to be a rhombus. Ooh, if I fit it right here, finish this hexagon up. All right, let me spin it again. This reminds me of the math game Hex. Hexagon, I think it was called. I mean, this definitely is a little bit harder than Hexagon, but anyway, that's how you modify it. So instead of a spinner, you are using this and you'll roll the dice. Okay, have fun.